Okay, let's talk about switch frames and why they're important. So what actually is a switch frame? A switch frame is the amount of frames it takes to transition from one position into another. If you look at the skill info, you will see that standing will switch to crouching in 4 frames, and vice versa. You can shorten the switch to 2 frames by holding down, crouch forward or crouch back after you attack, and your opponent follows up with a punish. And then you can shorten the switch even more down to 1 frame by way of dashing from standing. So what is the importance of this? Well, since a crouch takes a full 4 frames, that means at certain advantages you won't be able to avoid highs or throws by crouching because you haven't fully crouched in enough time. So, here's an example. This attack here is -9 and the punish is 12 frames. This is safe so I can block it no problem. Because after my 9 frames of recovery, there are 2 frames in between before their 12-frame attack lands. But what if I wanted to crouch? If I hold down immediately after, I can access the 2-frame crouch switch window and duck under it. But if I'm a little late with the buffer, I'll miss the window and do a 4-frame crouch instead and get hit before I'm fully crouched. Remember, there's a 2-frame gap before the attack hits, so crouching in 4 frames is too slow. But if I use crouch forward or crouch back, no matter the timing, I'll evade it because it will always access the 2-frame switch. Alright? So what if we use a different attack that's -10 frames against the same 12-frame punish? What's the interaction like then? My 10 recovery frames versus their 12 attack frames means there's a 1-frame gap before the attack lands. So if I try to crouch immediately or even if I crouch forward, I'll get hit. And that's because this time, the 2-frame crouch switch is too slow. And it makes sense that 2 is slower than 1. But we can still evade it though, because we can access the 1-frame crouch switch by inputting a wave dash. So the rule here is, if there's a minimum of 1 or 2 frames between the recovery and before the opposing attack lands, it can be ducked. With throws, the same applies. A -5 attack versus a 7-frame throw is a 1-frame gap. A 4-frame crouch switch is way too slow. A 2-frame switch still not fast enough, so the 1-frame switch by wave dash is the winner. Thank you. That's all I got for this one. Peace.